Not all NGOs are willing to lay down their arms so quickly, as the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Hockey Board, Douglas Camacho, is today denying the claims made by Minister of Sport, Anna Roberts, that his federation was late in submitting its request for funding for the 2013 Pan Am Hockey Championships in Canada, where the team came away with a historic bronze medal. Camacho told Ken Fuentes that the minister needs to better understand the role of his ministry when it comes to sport in Trinidad and Tobago.
Camacho says his organization did in fact indicate in its budget for 2012-2013 the cost for the preparation for the Pan Am Championships, both for the men, whose tournament was earlier this month, and the women's team, which is scheduled for September. He says the sport company even supplied the team with a physical and mental conditioning coach to prepare for the tournament. So that in itself should prove the minister's statement was wrong.
Clearly the minister is either misguided or disingenuous in his statements, because by definition, if the sport company is providing assistance to us for a couple of months before the tournament in preparation, then his organization, because they're responsible for sport as well, have to be fundamentally aware.
He says the minister even requested a meeting with him to discuss the tournament, but because he was out of the country, it never happened before the tournament, and it still hasn't happened since. But how did the funding come about in the end?
One of our hockey players, the guy who still plays hockey, Gary Griffith, suggested we approach the office of the Prime Minister and ask for their intervention to help us get the funding, which we did. And they referred us to what was then an acting Minister of Sport, Mr. Winston Gypsy Peters, who told us not a lot of money, that he approved the money.
Camacho said Mr. Peters requested another letter with the information for the tournament to be sent to the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Sport, which is the one dated August 6th and the one presented by the Minister of Sport. And even after the money was presented, it took the intervention of the Canadian Embassy, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the understanding of the International Hockey Federation to get them to Canada. He says the ministry needs to understand its role in sport.
I think he should pause and for some introspection and approach the national sporting organizations with a far more facilitatory approach, rather than one as if sometimes you get the sense as if he or his office or his ministry would like to control sport. Maybe they don't understand that their primary role is facilitation of sport.
Mr. Camacho hopes that his federation and the players won't be victimized because of him speaking out.
Do we feel that as a consequence of all of this that the hockey women will be victimized or not? Well, I would certainly hope not, but time will tell.
Kent Fuentes, C-Sport.